As an F1 driver, I know a thing or two about cars. What I do know is that EVs are no good pieces of shit golf carts. Watch following and try not to laugh.
Maserati, R8, Porsche, Tesla.
What the fuck? That's gold. That's what most people think about all electric cars that bathe you in cancer, causing electromagnetic frequencies, as your butt literally sits on batteries. EVs catching fire are thermal runaway death trap fire risks that burn ferociously and endlessly. Water is unable to extinguish lithium battery flames for hours. Imagine being in an accident. The batteries catch fire and the electrical system fails, so you can't open the doors. It's hasta la vista, baby. It's happened. People have died this way. The hydrogen Hindenburg was killed off as too dangerous after just one fire, yet lithium batteries and EVs get a pass. EVs are glorified golf carts that depreciate like a stone, which anyone unfortunate enough to own one will testify. At around 8 years, the cost of replacing batteries exceeds the used car price of the EV. It's then into the dumpster. EVs can't be driven out of urban areas where chargers don't exist, and if they do exist, who wants to sit around in an EV charging line for hours? Get out of here, we say. Don't people think before buying all battery EVs like Teslas? It's virtuous stupidity. At least the Chinese BYD brand is a hybrid vehicle. The BYD vehicles use electric for traffic and short distances, and a real internal combustion engine for serious driving. And finally, the big reason not to own an electric sled on wheels. These internet snooped upon cars can be geofenced or disabled in motion by authorities or hackers. Geofencing means authorities can decide when and where you can't go. You do remember the COVID tyranny, don't you? Ask why governments need to make internal combustion engine cars illegal by 2030 if everyone really wants an EV that in reality transfers carbon emissions from EVs to the power plant chimney stacks. That's assuming you believe that carbon and climate change bullshit. We don't want more government control over our lives, and EVs are just that. Control and surveillance implements hooked up to the cloud, which will inevitably be taxed by distance driven. Speeding fines will arrive seamlessly as your EV monitors your every move and driving infractions. You won't even be able to turn off the cabin microphone on some safety pretext they'll introduce. Biometric scanning will monitor who's driving and who's the passengers, all on the pretext of insurance and safety, of course. Eventually, you won't be allowed to drive EVs as self-driving kicks in. Peak hour traffic times on certain days means your EV is immobilized to load balance traffic. No travel for you unless you pay a real dynamic price congestion fee. It's auctioning road use to the highest bidder. The message in this video meme is, EVs are pieces of shit, and any politician that wants to brutally tax, restrict, or impede owning an internal combustion engine or phase them out gets themselves phased out of power. Piss off and take the Tesla in the dumpster to the city dump, where EVs and Teslas belong with their virtue signaling soy woke owners. We say fuck off, leave us alone.